In the last video we have seen electric dipole and the electric dipole moment. We came to know that any system of equal and opposite charges separated by some distance is known as electric dipole, and for each electric dipole there is a quantity known as electric dipole moment. It is a vector quantity and its direction is always from negative charge to positive charge. So here if we consider this system of positive and negative charges, so this is an example of electric dipole. They have equal value of the charges and they are separated by a distance 2L. Here I have taken the distance 2L. So electric dipole moment for this quantity is defined as the product of magnitude of either of the charges, that is Q, and the separation between charges, that is 2L. So the electric dipole moment for this system of charges or for this dipole is 2QL. This is a vector quantity, so its direction, that is the direction of P is the symbol of electric dipole moment, is from negative to positive. Means for this electric dipole, the direction of electric dipole moment is from negative to positive, that is towards negative x-axis. Now today we will see the electric field due to electric dipole. In the last some videos we had seen the electric field due to a point charge. Also we had seen the electric field due to a charge distribution. Today we will see the electric field due to a electric dipole. So for electric dipole there are the two specific points. First of all, let's see what are those specific points. Now a line joining the charges, this is with green, a line joining the charges is known as axis. So this line is representing the axis of dipole. And the perpendicular bisector of the dipole, or a line which divides the electric dipole, which bisects the electric dipole perpendicularly, is the equator of the dipole. So this line, dotted line in the pink, is representing equator of the dipole, and this green dotted line is representing axis of the dipole. So any point lying on the axis is known as axial point, and any point lying on the equator is known as equatorial point. So these are the two specific points, axial point and equatorial point, for a dipole. So axial point, according to this example, 1, 2, 3, 4, these points are axial points. Equatorial point, A, B, C, D, means points lying on this equator is known as equatorial point. Now today we will discuss one by one electric field at some axial point, and then we will discuss electric field at some equatorial point. Remember why we have taken 2L? Because all the distances that we will measure will be from the center of the dipole. So for measuring the distance from center of the dipole, this part will be L. So to avoid the fraction, we have taken this complete length as a 2L, so that this can be L. Now let's start. First, electric field at some axial point. So we have AB is an electric dipole with a dipole moment 2QL, because the length of the AB, that is the dipole, is 2L. And this is the axis of the dipole, and here on the axis of the dipole we have a point P at a distance R from the dipole. Here we have the point P at a distance R from the dipole, and at this point P we have to calculate electric field due to this dipole. So the modus operandi will be quite simple. This dipole is the system of two charges, so individually we will calculate the electric field at point P due to this negative charge as well as due to positive charge, and then we will have the vector sum of these electric fields. The final answer will give you the electric field due to dipole. So now let's start. Electric field due to, first I am calculating with negative charge. minus Q. So electric field due to negative charge at point P I am representing by E1, and the formula will be K, magnitude of the charge, that is Q, upon distance square. So from this point to this point we will calculate the distance, this, and here this distance is R and this distance is L. So the distance is R plus L whole square. Now this is the equation number 1. What is the next that you have to do? You have calculated the electric field E1. Now you have to show the direction of electric field at point P. Remember, point P is the point of interest. Here you have to calculate the electric field. So all the electric field representation should be done here. So E1 will be represented at point P. E1 is due to the negative charge, and all the negative charges have radially inward electric field. So this is the direction of electric field E1. Negative charge is here, so this is attracting the electric field lines. Now electric field due to positive charge, this one. So this I am representing with E2, and E2 equals to K, magnitude of charge, Q, and again distance square. Now this is the source and this is the point of interest, so we need to calculate this much distance only. So this distance is R and this distance is L. So from R, if we subtract L, so we will have R minus L whole square. So this distance from here to here, this is R minus L. Equation number 2. E2 is the electric field due to positive charge. So the direction of E2 we have to represent at the point of interest P. E2 is due to positive charge, and all the positive charges have radially outward electric field. So E2 is in outward direction, means E2 is being repelled. Now we have calculated the electric field due to each charge, that is negative and positive, and we have represented. Now we have to find the net electric field. Therefore the net electric field at P, both the electric fields are in opposite directions, so the net electric field E will be equal to E2. It is in the positive x-axis direction. E1 is along the negative x-axis, so E2 minus E1. Now the rest of the thing is the simplification only. We will keep the value of E2 and E1 from equation 1 and 2, and let's find what's the answer coming now. So net electric field E equals to E2 minus E1. Value of E2 is KQ upon R minus L whole square, and value of Q1 KQ upon R plus L whole square. So if I am taking KQ common, so here we will have 1 upon R minus L whole square minus E2. This is the value of E2 minus E1. KQ is taken out, 1 upon R plus L whole square. Now the only thing that we have to find the LCM, and then we solve this fraction. So if we go to find the LCM, let's multiply this. So here I am doing in the rough. Denominator R minus L whole square and R plus L whole square. This can be written R minus L, R plus L, and this is whole square. Both the brackets have the square. This is A minus B, A plus B. So we can write A square minus B square. So this can be written R square minus L square whole square. So the LCM of these two will be this much. So now I am writing the LCM. Electric field equals to KQ and LCM is R square minus L square whole square. This LCM we have got by multiplying these two denominators. So if these two denominators are multiplied, so what will be the next step? LCM is this. Now R plus L whole square is the numerator for this one. R plus L whole square is the numerator for this one, and R minus L whole square is the numerator for this fraction. Now let's simplify this. Electric field equals to KQ. This is now denominator R square minus L square whole square. Here A plus B whole square minus A minus B whole square. A plus B whole square minus A minus B whole square. When we will do, we will find 4RL. Now let's move one step ahead. Now just you say a little bit rearrangement of the things I am going to do. 2K. 4 I have divided here 2 into 2. So 2K. And then 2QL. 2QL. And R is left only. Now this is the term. KQ4RL. This is KQ and 2 to the 4RL. Divided by denominator R square minus L square whole square. Now you can see this 2QL is the formula of electric dipole moment. So 2QL can be replaced by P. So the electric field equals to 2K, this is P into R upon R square minus L square whole square. So this is the net electric field at some axial point. Now electric field we have calculated. Now one thing is left. What will be the direction of electric field? So here this value is positive, and here you have taken electric field equals to E2 minus E1. It means if E is positive and this positive comes when you are doing E2 minus E1, it means E2 is greater than E1. And if E2 is greater, so the net electric field will be always in this direction. So the direction of electric field at point P is shown by this arrow. One thing you can notice, the electric dipole moment, since from negative to positive, is along positive x-axis, and the direction of net electric field is also along positive x-axis. So you can conclude that the direction of electric field on the axial point is along the direction of, in the direction of dipole moment. So here you can write in the vector form. This can be written electric field equals to 2kpr upon r square minus l square whole square and vector sign over the p. This vector sign over the p and vector sign over the e represents or speak about the direction. That direction of electric field is always in the direction of electric dipole moment. Now if we consider a short dipole. What is a short dipole? Short dipole means the dipole for which this distance of the point of interest is much larger than the size of dipole. So here, if it is given that the distance r is much larger than L, half of the length of dipole. L is the half of the length of dipole. So certainly r square will be much more larger than L square, and if it is so, then r square minus L square can be written as r square, because here r square is much larger than L square, so L square will be negligible, and then this equation of electric field will be E equals to 2kp, and this is r square whole square, means r power 4, and this r power 4 will be cancelled by r, so r cube will be left. So this is the formula of electric field at some axial point due to an electric dipole. This is for the short dipole. And if you want to write the magnitude, so the magnitude of electric field is 2 kp upon r cube. This is. And the direction of electric field at some axial point, remember, is always in the direction of electric dipole moment. So it means electric field due to this dipole on these points 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the axial points. On these axial points, if it is a dipole, so the electric field will be 2 kpr upon r square minus l square whole square. And for a short dipole, it is quite simple, electric field, and for a short dipole it will be 2 kp upon r cube. Now this is the magnitude of electric field. What about the direction? So already we have discussed the direction of electric field is always in the direction of dipole moment. Is always in the direction of dipole moment. So at point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, these are the points which are axial. What will be the direction of electric field? So either it's point 1, 2, every time, everywhere, the electric field direction of electric field will be in the direction of dipole moment, and here the direction of dipole moment is towards negative x-axis. So this is the direction of net electric field. Either this point or this point, any axial point will have the direction in the direction of dipole moment. Now we are going to discuss electric field due to a dipole at some equatorial point. So here AB is a dipole with dipole moment P equals to 2ql, because the length between the equal and opposite charges is given 2l. O is the midpoint of the dipole, and from this dipole at a distance r on the equator, point P. So at this point P we have to calculate the electric field due to this dipole. So for calculating the electric field at this point P, we have to calculate electric field at this point due to this negative charge as well as due to this positive charge, and then we will find the vector sum to complete the electric field due to an electric dipole. So let's start here. First I am calculating electric field at P due to negative charge. So due to negative charge, the electric field will be, I am writing E1, and this is K due to negative charge. This is a point charge formula, KQ, Q magnitude is Q divided by distance square. So this is the distance from A to P. This is the distance. So if we consider this distance, so what will be the length of this AP? So by Pythagoras theorem you can calculate, this is R and this is L. So this distance is R square plus L square. So KQ upon distance square. तो डिस्टेंस इतना आया, अगर इसका स्क्वायर करें तो ये रूट हट जाएगा. सो आंसर विल बी R square plus L square. Equation number 1. What is the next step? The next step is to show the direction of E1. तो E1 is the electric field due to negative charge. और नेगेटिव चार्ज से याद रखिएगा, जो भी आप डायरेक्शन दिखाएंगे वो पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट पे ही दिखाएंगे, यानी जिस पॉइंट पे आपको इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कैलकुलेट करना है उस पॉइंट पे, तो पॉइंट पी पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड चाहिए, तो आप इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड E1 का डायरेक्शन पॉइंट पी पे दिखाइएगा. तो E1 इज द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू नेगेटिव चार्ज, और नेगेटिव चार्ज से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हमेशा अट्रैक्टिव यानी कि टूवर्ड्स रेडियली इनवर्ड होता है, अपनी तरफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को लेगा ये. तो अब ये अपनी तरफ अगर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को लेगा तो E1 इधर हो गया. अब वो बाकी क्या है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू प्लस क्यू. अब इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू प्लस क्यू, इसको लिख देता हूं E2, तो E2 इक्वल्स टू KQ एंड दिस डिस्टेंस, ये भी देखिए दिस डिस्टेंस इज L एंड दिस डिस्टेंस इज R, सो इट विल हैव द सेम वैल्यू, सेम डिस्टेंस R स्क्वायर प्लस L स्क्वायर. So distance square, what will be the value of distance square? The distance square will be R square plus L square. Equation number 2. अब क्या बाकी रह गया? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू पॉजिटिव चार्ज भी कैलकुलेट हो गया. नाउ व्हाट इज लेफ्ट? अब हमें बाकी है इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन दिखाना. तो पॉजिटिव चार्ज की वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हमेशा रेडियली आउटवर्ड होता है. सो रेडियली आउटवर्ड, अब देखिए इससे सीधे ये पॉइंट है जो रेडियली जा रहा है बाहर, तो आउटवर्ड का मतलब अब इससे बाहर की तरफ, ये दिस इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ E2. अब E1 और E2 दोनों आपने दिखा दिया, वैल्यूज मैग्नीट्यूड दोनों के पता चल गया, डायरेक्शन भी पता चल गया. नाउ द ओनली थिंग इज लेफ्ट दैट यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बाय वेक्टर सम. अब वेक्टर सम कैसे किया जाए? तो या तो लॉ ऑफ पैरेललोग्राम लगाएं या तो रिजॉल्व करें. अगर हम रिजॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं, सो वी नीड टू ड्रॉ द कार्टेशियन. सो कंसीडर दिस इज x एक्सिस, दिस इज y एक्सिस, एंड फॉर रिजॉल्विंग वी नीड द एंगल एट दीज पॉइंट्स. तो अगर मैं इस एंगल को एज्यूम कर लूं थीटा, तो ये एंगल भी हो जाएगा थीटा अल्टरनेट. अगर ये एंगल थीटा है तो आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल बन रहा है ये एबीपी इज एन आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल, तो ये एंगल भी हो जाएगा थीटा. और अगर ये एंगल थीटा है तो ये भी हो जाएगा थीटा, कोरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल. दिस टू, ये और ये कोरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल, जबकि ये दोनों अल्टरनेट एंगल. तो एंगल्स तो मिल गए. अब इसको फेयरली जरा रिजॉल्व करने के लिए मैं इसी पूरे इन दो वेक्टर्स को E1 E2 को अलग से ड्रॉ कर रहा हूं. आप लोग चाहे तो यहां पे भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन फेयरली करने के लिए ताकि सब कुछ क्लियर दिखाई दे, इसलिए मैं इसको अलग से कर रहा हूं. सो डायग्राम के अनुसार ये x और ये y, ये पॉइंट P आपका पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, आपका इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू नेगेटिव चार्ज इस तरफ था, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू पॉजिटिव चार्ज इस तरफ था. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू नेगेटिव चार्ज को आपने E1 से लिखा था, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू पॉजिटिव चार्ज को आपने E2 से लिखा था, और अल्टरनेट एंगल के अनुसार ये बन गया था थीटा, और कोरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल के अनुसार ये बन गया था थीटा. आपने डिसाइड किया है कि आपको लेना है या रिजॉल्व करना है, तो रिजॉल्व करके कैसे चलें, एक बार फिर से डायग्राम्स को मैच कर लीजिए. E1 नीचे की तरफ थीटा एंगल पे, E2 ऊपर की तरफ थीटा एंगल पे x एक्सिस से. ये XY पॉइंट P आपका ओरिजिन हो गया है, तो पॉइंट P आपका ओरिजिन हो गया. E1 नीचे E2. अब इसको रिजॉल्व कीजिए. E1 का एक कंपोनेंट इधर की तरफ जाएगा x एक्सिस पे, तो E1 का जो कंपोनेंट x एक्सिस पे जाएगा उसको मैंने दिखा दिया E1 cos थीटा, और E1 का जो दूसरा कंपोनेंट होगा वो नीचे की तरफ आएगा, दिस विल बी E1 sin थीटा. नाउ इट्स टाइम टू रिजॉल्व E2, और अगर मैं E2 को रिजॉल्व करूं, सो द E2 विल हैव अ कंपोनेंट इन दिस डायरेक्शन E2 cos थीटा, and E2 will have another component along y axis, this is E2 sin theta. So now very carefully just you observe the magnitude of E1 and E2 both are same, magnitude of E1 and E2 both are same in equation 1 and 2, and theta is also same, isosceles triangle. Therefore E2 sin theta and E1 sin theta are equal and opposite. So the net electric field along y-axis, net electric field along y-axis, now I am calculating. This is E2 sin theta in positive y-axis direction and minus E1 sin theta along negative y-axis. So since both are equal, Therefore, electric field along y-axis is 0. So, there is no electric field along y-axis. This is an important information, so I am highlighting it. Now let's calculate electric field along x-axis. So you can see both the components E1 cos theta and E2 cos theta are in the same direction along negative x-axis. So if we see the net electric field along x-axis, it is E1 cos theta plus E2 cos theta. Both are in the same direction, so they will be added. So here it is E1 cos theta plus E2 cos theta. Both are equal, E1 and E2, both are equal. So simply we can write net electric field along x-axis equals to 2 E1 cos theta. Net electric field is 2 E1 cos theta, that is along positive x-axis. Now, if we place the value of E1 and cos theta, so value of E1 is given here and the value of cos theta we can calculate using the simple trigonometry in this right angle triangle APO. If we will calculate cos theta, so cos theta will be base, which is L upon hypotenuse, this distance. So before that, this I am highlighting EX. Now net electric field, since EX and EY both are available here, so we have studied this is EX square plus EY square. Since value of EY is 0 and value of EX we have got, so if we keep the value of EY 0, so only it will be left under root EX square, and under root EX square equals to EX. So net electric field is only, this is EX. Now value of EX, now you keep 2 E1, this is cos theta. Now place the value 2 E1, value of E1 KQ upon R square plus L square, KQ upon R square plus L square into cos theta. Cos theta in this triangle, base L upon hypotenuse. So base L upon hypotenuse under root R square plus L square. Now let's simplify this, we will find our answer. So on simplifying this, we are getting net electric field equals to, this is 2KQL. So K and this is 2QL upon R square plus L square, and this is R square plus L square power 1 by 2. This is power 1 by 2. So this power 1 by 2, this power is 1. So in multiplication powers are added. So R square plus L square power 3 by 2. Now net electric field equals to 2QL. 2QL is the value of dipole moment. So this 2QL can be written, the value of dipole moment, that is P. So this is KP upon R square plus L square power 3 by 2. So this is the magnitude of the electric field at some equatorial point of an electric dipole. What will be the direction? So for the direction, let's consider the diagram. Here the net electric field is going towards negative x-axis. That is, the net electric field in the main diagram I am showing is towards negative x-axis. Whereas negative charge to positive charge, this is the direction of electric dipole moment. So here you can see the electric dipole moment is towards positive x-axis, whereas the electric field at the equatorial point is towards negative x-axis. That is, electric field is opposite in this direction. So for this opposite sign, what I am going to do, electric field equals to Kp upon R square plus L square power 3 by 2, and for the direction in the opposite I am using minus. So electric field at some equatorial point, minus means opposite to the direction of electric dipole moment. What will be the electric field due to a short dipole? If it is a short dipole, so R is much larger than L, means distance is much larger than half of the dipole length, because the length of dipole we have taken 2L, so this is half of the dipole. So here R square will be much larger than L square, and because of this R square plus L square can be written as simply R square, because R square is much larger, so L square is negligible. So if I place R square plus L square as R square, so R square power 3 by 2, the answer will be equals to minus Kp upon R cube. So for a short dipole, this is the electric field, minus Kp by R cube. But only if you want to write the magnitude, so magnitude simply you write Kp upon R cube. And the direction, remember, opposite to the direction of dipole moment. So here we have concluded the electric field due to an electric dipole. Now very quickly let's see in this diagram. In this diagram, equatorial points are A, B, C, D. These are the equatorial points. So on these points, what will be the direction of electric field? On these points, the direction of electric field and the magnitude of electric field, I am writing here magnitude Kp upon R square plus L square power 3 by 2. Or if it is a short dipole, so for the short dipole, it will be electric field equals to Kp upon R cube. What will be the direction? So this is the direction of dipole moment from negative to positive. And electric field at any equatorial point, any, either it's A, B, C or D, is always in the opposite direction of the dipole moment. Dipole moment यहाँ से यहाँ negative से positive green ink में है, and the direction will be opposite to that. This is the electric field. ये देखिए, ये आपका electric field. So overall conclusion, electric field at the equatorial point is opposite in the direction of dipole moment, whereas for some axial point the direction will be in the direction of dipole moment. एक और बात, magnitude of electric field at the axial point is 2 Kp upon R cube for a short dipole, whereas for the equatorial Kp by R cube. तो short dipole के लिए axial point पे electric field का वैल्यू इक्वेटोरियल का 2 गुना है, और डायरेक्शन ठीक 180 डिग्री टर्न हो जा रहा है. सो आज की वीडियो में बस इतना ही. नेक्स्ट हम लोग देखेंगे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू एन इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल एट एनी पॉइंट, यानी कि अब मुझे पॉइंट एक्सिस पे या इक्वेटर की बजाय कहीं पे भी अगर दे दिया जाए तो हाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. बाय देन जस्ट रिवाइज एंड गो थ्रू द बेसिक की पॉइंट्स used in the derivation. Thank you.